It's Debatable here on MLBBro.com.
We're back. It's your boy, MLB OG Mark Gray. That is Manny Ramirez Brown. Man Ram, Happy New Year. It's another season of Debatable.
The 2024 season is back officially. Glad to have baseball back, baby. Ready to talk about it. Let's go.
Fire. Absolutely fire. And speaking of, no seat is hotter in Major League Baseball right now than that of the Los Angeles Dodgers. If the things fall off the track for the Dodgers, what happens to Dave Roberts? You know, how does the Shohei Ohtani situation impact him?
I think it impacts him greatly. I mean, listen, right now we're still kind of in the beginning stages of this. I really feel like there's more to come out because I'm not buying a lot of the information that I'm getting right now. I'm not saying he did anything. I'm just saying that the facts ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. The facts ain't adding up. Somewhere in there, something's not adding up. But more specifically to the Dodgers and Dave Roberts, man. Listen, the Dodgers are a team that spent $1 billion this offseason. I know the number's not actually $1 billion with the deferred money and all that, whatever. All the math geeks out there, drop it in the comments, whatever. But the total value of this offseason was $1 billion. When you have that kind of money spent in the offseason, and not to mention the last couple postseasons since 2020, you've had some flameouts, especially the last 2 years in the divisional round. Like, you got to win here now. Listen, the Dodgers have a lot of pressure, and Dave Roberts has a lot of pressure. You know, it's been a long time since 2020. You know, and there's some people that look at the 2020 title like 60 games, controlled environment,
bubble
games.
Yeah, it's a bubble ship.
It's a bubble ship. Yeah, it's a bubble ship. So I think that the Dodgers have a lot of pressure on them to finally get back to a World Series and win one in a real world setting. And for a team that spent $1 billion, this is not a team that they have a lot of questions for a team with $1 billion spent. Let's just put it that way.
And my issue is, if the thing does in fact go off the track, would it be Dave Roberts' fault, and does he become a fall guy? We've seen that with black managers in this game before. It doesn't take a whole lot for them to be, side-eyed or scrutinized unfairly. I'm in a place in D.C. where before Dusty Baker got to Houston, you would have forgot that this guy had won all those division championships and had been a World Series caliber coach in Northern California. And then when things go off the track, he's the guy. And he is still eviscerated as a black manager who does not know how to handle his bullpen. And I just think that, the Dodgers, to your point, has spent so much money, they can't afford to fail. And what worries me about Dave Roberts, as great a manager as he's been, he's right there in the crosshairs to be the scapegoat. And that's why I got to put it on black.
Yeah, because Freeman's not going to Freeman's not going to be on the chopping block. Stan Kasten's not going to be on the chopping block. It's going to be Dave Roberts. You can't fire 25 other players, right? Who gets the kick? The black manager, in this case, Dave Roberts.
Right.
You look at the potential, betting scandal situation with Shohei Ohtani. You look at the situation with Mookie Betts and Zach Lutz, and who was supposed to be their shortstop. He has the yips. He can't play. Now they got to be, for a team that spent $1 billion in the offseason, they got a lot of question marks. And I think even the most hardcore Dodger fan can admit that for a team with a payroll of this magnitude, a lot of question marks.
It just goes to prove that $1 billion don't go where it used to. I mean, you think about it. $1 billion should be enough to at least get you to the LCS. And the way that this season is playing out, because the Giants looked to be earlier in the season better than advertised. I think the Phillies are going to have a bounce back season with a healthy Bryce Harper back in the lineup. The Braves, they're not going anywhere. So the moral to the story is, Dodger fan, no matter what happens, it ain't all Dave Roberts' fault.
And I'll say this. I'll end with this. Dave Roberts, we can't have you getting swept 3-0 in the division series again. We're losing in the division series to some other team. They at the very least, this team has to get to Game 7 of an LCS, and that's a lot of pressure.
That's Manny Ramirez Brown. It's your boy, the MLB OG Mark Gray, and I got my degree. I'm now officially Professor G, bro. So I'll be schooling y'all throughout the course of the season right here on Debatable. Like, when we get back next week. Deuces.
Yes, sir.
For more right now, go to MLBBro.com.